After fleeing from the right bank to the left bank, the Russian occupiers have faced a number of problems, the main one being the problem of supplying their units. About 40 battalion tactical groups of the Russian occupation troops are now concentrated on the southern bridgehead. It is an impressive number, but it is also of questionable quality, as almost all the units are understaffed. And the speech is not even in the questions of manning due to losses, but a critical lack of equipment. Running away from the right bank, Putin's troops abandoned a large amount of equipment there which they simply had no time to transport and evacuate to the left bank. And now, whichever unit you look at, there is at least 30% incompleteness, and on average 50% to 60%. In connection with this problem, these units need to be restored by increasing the intensity of supply of forces and means through the transport hub of the Crimean territory. Except that the whole point is that all deliveries of logistical support from Russia to the south are now carried out by just one railroad line on the Crimean Bridge, which is not fully operational in reverse mode. Today the problem of supply in this mode begins to manifest itself brighter and brighter. There is still a margin of safety in terms of reserves on the very logistical support of the Crimea, but it does not cover the needs. That is, the degradation of the supply system of advanced units on the left bank is now beginning to manifest itself, which manifested itself in July on the right bank and became a bold marker of their imminent flight, as the unsolvable problem expands. The only solution that the Russian occupiers see from the emerging situation is the establishment of railway supply lines from the east. But, as long as they do not occupy part of Donetsk, namely, Ugledar, Bakhmut, Avdiivka, the implementation of such a plan should not be thought about. To implement such a plan, the Russians can allocate 10 to 15 battalion tactical groups from those concentrated in the south, but here again there is a dilemma: they need to be completed. And this requires time. And while they wait, the APU begin to target the south, covering even locations in the northwest of Crimea. Thus, the occupiers not only need to make deliveries to restore the combat effectiveness of the units that managed to escape from Kherson, but also to compensate for the daily considerable losses. To summarize, I would like to note that wherever there is a decline in the effectiveness of the supply and control system of forward units, the collapse of defense is inevitable. And this process is already taking place in the southern bridgehead of the Russian forces. By their flight from the right bank they only accelerated it.